Hello again, welcome. And if you have not joined a masterclass forum, please do. This is the first season for Sirha Arabia, and we have excellent chefs joining us from all over the world. Our next chef is an author, a competitor, a leader, taking the United States to the podium at the Bocuse d'Or, obtained the Michelin star for Press Restaurant, where he is now the chef partner. Please welcome Philip Tessier.
Yeah, thank you. So, hello everyone. Just bringing a little bit of our style from Press Restaurant in California. So, we are located right in Napa Valley, so just north of San Francisco. We're about an hour from the ocean and big wine growing region of California and the United States. So, we have the largest collection of Napa Valley wine in the world. So, it's one of our key features of the restaurant. But all of our cuisine is really driven by the farms that we have. So we work with 3 or 4 different farms. We're starting our own farm right in Napa Valley, just down the street. So the dish that we do today is something that has been on the menu for quite some time in the summer. I forgot you have to translate.
So, okay, Arabic.
I can do it again.
I'm getting system error. So الشيف هيحضر اشياء من المطعم بريس مطعم بريس موجود في نابا فالي في ولاية كاليفورنيا. الفكرة من المطعم طبعا يستخدموا اشياء ومكونات طازجة جدا من موردين ومن فارمز مزارع قريبة منهم. فكل شيء بيجيبوه مره فريش. وحيبداوا كمان يزرعوا اشياءهم بنفسهم. Please.
Yeah. So this dish, we have 2 dishes on the menu in the summertime. Right now we do a ricotta nudi that's wrapped in squash blossoms. So we have a farmer, he grows 1,000 squash blossoms a week for us. So we wrap these in the nudi and then we take the trim from that, and that's going to be the base of the sauce. So it's a kind of our philosophy is utilization of everything,
okay,
and being driven by the farm.
So هو عندهم في المطعم طبقين مختلفين على المنيو. واحد فيهم بيستخدم جزء من وردة زهرة الكوسة. فطبعا لما بيستخدموا جزء من الوردة في الطبق الأول، والأشياء المتبقية منها بيستخدموها في الطبق الثاني اللي هم بيستخدموا دحين، لأنه عندهم فلسفة إنه ما يبغوا يضيعوا أي شيء ويستخدموا جميع أجزاء المكونات.
So for this dish, we're going to start with the squash. So typically we use the yellow and the green. Today we just have the yellow, which is fine. But normally you get that nice, beautiful contrast. So we take squash, we slice it very thin. Set it on its side, and then we cut the seeds. And then after that, we're just going to lay this out.
فابدأ بالكوسة الصفراء. عادة تكون كوسة صفراء وخضراء، بس ما هي مشكلة إنه يستخدموا واحدة. يقطعوها مرة خفيف. طبعا يستخدموا ماندولين ولا سلايسرز عشان يخلوها مرة نحيفة. بعدين يقطعوها بالنص ويشيلوا كل البذر اللي في النص. ودحين بيرصها في ورق، مو ورق، في بلاستيك.
So we have sort of our philosophy is like refined simplicity. So we take a lot of the technique from, Bocuse d'Or, the sort of, sometimes we make it too complicated, but yeah, in this case it's very precise, a lot of precision involved. But when you get the appearance of it, it's actually quite simple.
فهم يستخدم تكنيك عالي في عشان يخلي الشيء اللي هو جدا سهل ومكوناته ما هي مرة كثير، بس بيرفع من القيمة حقته والشكل. فلما يتقدم للزبون يبان انه يعني متعوب عليه.
So we just season the fish. Normally we do this with halibut. Today we're going to do it with salmon. And a lot of times we'll put either a little garlic, a little lemon, sometimes the black lime, which we see here a lot, actually, down the middle. But today we'll keep it simple, just do the straight squash.
ففي العاده يستخدموا هالبت سمكه مختلفه، بس دحين بيستخدموا سالمون. ما هي مشكله، هذا بس يبين انه تقدروا تغيروا الوصفه على حسب الموجود اللي عندكم. وفي العاده انه يحطوا له ملح وفلفل وزائد اشياء ثانيه زي مثلا توم وزيت زيتون وكذا، فتقدروا تنوعوا وتبدعوا في الشيء ده.
So we just take it and we just wrap it. Keep a little pressure on it, so then you see, once you get it all tightened in here, you'll see kind of all the nice lines. So normally we have like yellow, green, it's kind of more contrast.
فمن أصعب الأشياء اللي نسويها إنكم لما تيجوا تلفوها لازم تلفوها وتخلوها جدا يعني مكبوسة مع بعض عشان كل الخطوط والتعب اللي أنتم بتحطوه يبان.
So in the restaurant, we'll take this and put it in the steam oven. Yeah. Usually we do 64 degrees just for like 6 minutes, and then we cool it down and then portion it. Okay. And then we finish it again in the steam oven.
How many portions are this now? Is this one portion?
Depends on which restaurant you're in. But for us, this would be probably 3 to 4.
Really?
Yeah, so we do a very small, like, tasting menu.
Okay.
But for today, we're just going to poach it in the water.
Okay. So في العادة بيطبخوه بالبخار حوالي 6-7 دقائق في 60 درجة 60 إلى 70 درجة مئوية. وبعدين يقطعوه للبورشن اللي حيقدموه للزبون. وبعدين طبعا فقلت له قديش كم بورشن هذا يسوي، قال حوالي 3 أو 4. طبعا احنا هنا حناكل ده كله لوحدنا، فمو لانه صغير بس anyway.
So normally for us this would be like all the trim pieces from the squash blossom. Inside the blossom you have what we call the stamen, or like all the pollen.
Okay.
So we actually save this and then we make an oil with a little bit of saffron and the stamen from inside. Yeah. So we get like a nice beautiful yellow oil. So we use the main blossom for the nudie dish. We use the trim for the sauce base, and then we use the oil for the sauce as well. So utilizing basically all parts of this.
Okay. فزهرة الكوسة تتكون من 3 أشياء: الزهرة نفسها، وبعدين في المخلفات حقتها اللي بيقطعوها اللي ما بيستخدموها في الطبق الأول، وبعدين من جوا كمان في لا إله إلا الله اللقاح، هذا برضو بيشيلوه بيحطوه في زيت زيتون وبيديله نكهة وبيديله لون أصفر، فكل هذا برضو بيستخدموه في الصوص.
Yeah, so for today we just have olive oil, lemon oil, so keep it simple today. So we're going to put a little olive oil in here, and then basically we're going to roast these very quickly. So we get a little bit of a roasted flavor, and then add a little garlic as well.
فالصوص مرة سهل، صوص ما هو دايب، بيستخدم الورد زي ما قلنا مع زيت زيتون، شوية توم. This is thyme.
Yeah, a little thyme, garlic, and then a little bit of lemon zest.
وقشر الليمون. بس كده حيشوحه على النار شوية، يضيف عليه زيت زيتون، فحيدي لك صوص كده فريش ومتماشي مع السمك.
Yeah, so we just season this real quick, and then it cooks very quickly. So.
وينطبخ مرة بسرعة، فلازم تكون عينكم عليهم.
Smells pretty good.
Yeah, very nice. ريحته رهيبة.
So we just set this here, and then we discard the thyme and the lemon.
فبعد ما ينطبخ حتشيل الزعتر وقشر الليمون وتبدأ تقطع باقي المكونات.
So then after this, we're just going to chop this. So it's maybe a little bit rustic, but when you have like the refined dish with the squash and halibut, or in this case salmon, we can kind of get away with something maybe a little bit more simple, a little more savory. So we'll chop this, and then we're going to mix this with a little bit of olive oil, lemon oil, and a little lemon juice. So it's almost going to be like a vinaigrette.
اوكي. فبعد ما يقطعها ويدمجها كده مع بعض يخليها ناعمه، حيضيف عليها زيت زيتون، زيت الليمون، وحيصير شكله زي تقريبا تقدر تسميه فينيجريت اللي هو يعني صوص للسلطه. It's pretty versatile, the sauce. You can use it in, I'm sure, in many different ways.
Yeah, we use this actually quite a bit for different dishes. So we use it for fish dish, sometimes just for like a vegetable dish.
Yeah.
But it's just basic. For us, it's nice because the blossoms don't have to be beautiful, and we
Yeah.
get to use the whole thing.
Yeah, we could, I'm sure you can put it in a sandwich as well.
We've done this actually. Yeah, it's actually quite good with some nice ricotta. You mix it together with some fermented peppers.
Yeah, it looks good.
Pretty tasty.
Yeah, so فطبعا الصوص ده تقدر تستخدمه مع اشياء كثير. هم اصلا يستخدموه في المطعم مع اشياء مختلفه. اذا كان عندكم زياده كمان تبي تحطوه على جبنه وعيش برضه ينفع.
So a little olive oil, lemon oil. We seasoned already with a little bit of salt, and then we just do fresh lemon.
فزي ما قلت لكم زيت زيتون، زيت ليمون، ومع عصرة ليمون معاهم.
And then you can use your imagination. Normally this oil will be like very bright yellow, like saffron oil almost.
فهم طبعا لو سوى اللقاح مع الزيت اللي يسويه زي في المطعم حيكون كأنك حطيت زعفران في الزيت.
So basically just like what we call like a squash blossom like condiment. But it has a really nice like roasted flavor. You get the savory flavor from the garlic.
All right.
And then the acidity from the lemon, which is going to be really nice balance, for the fish itself.
How important to keep the cooking time precise, especially with fish. Probably the white fish, the salmon is a little bit more forgiving. But what would you do?
Yeah, it's a fine line between 1 stars and no stars. So.
Yeah.
It's important. Everything we do in the restaurant is very systematic. So it's our challenge all the time when we come from, you and I cooking together at the house, and then we put this into a restaurant. We're a busy restaurant. We do over 100 people a night. So the cadence of that, doing a tasting menu. It requires a lot of precision, but without losing the soul of cooking.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can try to get it too precise, and then you lose this kind of real cooking experience.
The soul
exactly.
of food.
Yeah.
So كان سؤالي ايش أهمية وقت الطبخ لهذا السمك، خصوصا دحين السالمون ممكن يعني ما حينطبخ زيادة عن اللزوم. في بعض الأسماك إذا زودت الطبخ حوالي ما أدري ثانيتين حيخرب. فهو قال الفرق بين إنك أنت تأخذ نجوم 3 نجوم أو 4 في ميشلان أو ما تأخذ ولا نجمة. فطبعا مرة مهم، ومهم إن هم بيستخدموا التكنيك اللي دائما بيطلع نفس الشيء، وما بيضيع طعم الأكل. مرة مهم ما يضيع طعم الأكل.
So basically, once we cook the fish, we're going to just trim the end, right? So we can get the nice straight edge. And then we'll take, for this guy today, I think we'll just cut it right in half.
فطبعا بس بيقطع النهاية عشان يخلي شكل السمكة كويس. بيستخدم المقص عشان يشيل البلاستيك اللي حوالينه.
And to finish, we'll just take a little bit of olive oil on top.
بيخلصها بشوية زيت زيتون، شوية ليمون.
Little salt.
ورشة ملح.
Or a lot of salt. Spread the salt around a little bit. And then we just set this guy here. So we also have a lot of different greens that we grow. So small basil, different things like this. So in this case, we'll garnish this with a little bit of flowering basil.
Okay.
From my friends over here.
We can
use the nice thing of
Copper Cress is doing a service
They're
for
keeping us alive today,
all
right?
the
Yeah,
chefs here
exactly.
coming over.
Yeah. But we use the nice thing about when we have a farm, we can pick things at all different stages.
Okay.
So, you know, when I moved to California from New York City, so in New York City, the most amazing thing was the farmer's market. But
Yeah.
the farmer's market, you get the finished tomato, the finished squash,
Yeah.
you know, the strawberry. But when you're in the farm, you realize the tomato leaves,
Yeah.
you can actually add these to your pickling liquid.
Oh.
And they add another flavor to the tomato, and you understand how everything grows in its different stages.
Yeah.
So for us to be able to access this every day, and part of the cooks to see that is really part of the core experience
Okay.
for them as a young chef as well.
So طبعا هو دحين هو بيستخدم وردة الريحان الريحان لسه هي بتطلع فريحتها ممتازة وشكلها طيب. هم عشان عندهم المزرعة حقتهم في كاليفورنيا فيقدروا يستخدموا كل منتج في مراحله المختلفة. زي الريحان يقدروا ياخذوها وهي وردة صغيرة، بعدين يقدروا ياخذوها لما تكبر وتصير نبتة كاملة. وبرضو في زي مثلا الطماطم بيقدروا يستخدموا ورقة الطماطم ويحطوها في الأشياء المخللات فبيضيف نكهات جديدة. And what is this?
So we have a little bit of some petite basil, and I think there's a little arugula mixed in here.
ففي وردة الريحان وبعدين في برضو ورقة الريحان الصغيرة البيبي.
So for us, this is just a simple dish. Again, you know, when you have, I think the importance of ingredients is so important. You know, when you get the summertime, as soon as the squash blossoms end, we don't keep this dish on the menu. So it's the bright yellow squash blossom, the different squash that we get, and then we change the season, and then we shift to the next ingredient, so all the fall items. But
فالطبق زي ما انتم شايفين المكونات اللي بيستخدموها مكونات بسيطة لأنه هم يهتموا كثير في الزراعة ويهتموا كثير في الموسم. أول ما يخلص الموسم حق الكوسة حيوقفوا حيشيلوه من المنيو. وبيستخدموا زي ما قلت كل المكونات وكل أجزاء النبتة عشان يسووا ويطلعوا النكهات الطبيعية اللي موجودة بخطوات جدا بسيطة. Thank you very much, Chef Philip.
yeah, my pleasure.
Yes, give
yes,
we can taste now. Give a round of applause for the
thank
chef. We've learned a lot, and hopefully we can taste your food and
come to California.
We'll come to California.
See it in action.
All right, lovely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Do you have enough for people to taste?
Yeah, we'll get a little bit.
Okay,
in here.
excellent. نقدر دحين if you can join us and taste, we'll put a little small portions. في صحن صغيرة.